Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys how to make some delicious gorditas de rajas con queso. If you would like to learn how to make this super easy and delicious recipe, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alrighty guys, so let's get started with our ingredients. So for the recipe we're going to need 4 cups of maseca, a half a cup of all-purpose flour, a half a tablespoon of baking powder, your choice of cheddar cheese, 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, 2 garlic cloves, a half of a white onion, 5 Roma tomatoes, 4 chile serranos or jalapenos, 6 chile poblanos, 4 cups of warm water, a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin, and oil. So these are ingredients. Now let's get started. Alright guys, so first we're going to start by making our masa. So in a large bowl we're going to mix our maseca, our flour, our baking powder, and our salt. So we're going to give it a quick mix. And slowly we're going to add our water. So just keep adding the water slowly until we reach our consistency that we're going for. Alright, so once your masa looks like this and you're able to make a little ball, your masa is nice and moist. Don't worry if you don't use a full 4 cups of water. I was left with a little bit. You just want to make sure that your masa is easy to manage. So once you're able to make a little ball like that, your masa is good. So now we're just going to knead for 5 minutes. Alright guys, so after 5 minutes of kneading, just form a big ball with your dough or your masa. And now we're just going to cover it and let it rest for about 20 minutes. And meanwhile, we're going to work on our chile poblanos. Alright, so on our griddle, we're going to fully roast our chile poblanos, our chile serranos, and tomatoes. Alright guys, so once your tomatoes and your chile serranos are fully roasted, we're going to remove them and peel them. Now we're just going to wait for our chile poblanos to finish roasting, and then we can put them in a bowl. Alright, so you also want to roast your garlics. So just watch them because they do roast pretty fast. So just keep an eye on them. Okay, so remove your garlic cloves. And at this point your chile poblanos should be fully roasted. So now you can put them in a plastic bag or put them in a big bowl. So now we're going to cover them and let them sweat for about 15 minutes. Alright, so using our molcajete, we're going to start by crushing our 2 garlic cloves, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of water. So we're just going to crush that, and if you don't have a molcajete, you can always use your blender. Alright, so once we have a little paste of garlic, we're going to add our chile serranos and crush them. Okay, now we're going to add our tomatoes and crush them one by one. Alright, so once our tomatoes and chile serranos are all nicely blend, we are ready to move on with the chile poblanos. Alright, so first we're going to chop our onion into little half moons. Okay, now we're going to grab our chile poblano and peel it. Then we're going to cut it in half. Just like that. And so now we're going to remove the stem and the seeds. And you're gonna do this with all your chile poblanos. Alright, so once our chile poblanos look like this, we're going to grab them and start cutting them into little strips. And once you cut them in strips, we're going to cut them in half. Alright, so once we have our chile poblanos cut into rajas, we are ready to fry them. Alright, so in a large frying pan, I'm going to set it on medium-high heat. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. And once the oil heats up, we're going to throw in our onion and our chile poblanos. Okay, so throw in your onion and your chile poblano. So now we're going to fry them for a couple minutes. Alright, so after a couple minutes, we're going to add in our salsa de molcajete. Make sure you grab everything. Okay. And now we're going to add our chicken bouillon and our cumin. So we're just going to mix it all together and just cook it for another few minutes. Okay, so after a couple minutes, you just want to try it for salt. For me, this is perfect. It's super delicious. So now we're going to turn it off and set it to the side. Alright guys, so once we're ready to make our gorditas, we're going to preheat our griddle on medium heat. Okay, so now make sure your hands are clean. And before you make a new gordita, just make sure that you wash your hands. So like that your hands are wet, and then the masa, it's easy to roll. Okay, so now we're going to grab about a baseball size of dough, just like that. Okay, so we're going to form like a little boat. Okay, so just like that. And now we're going to stuff it with our cheese. Press it down. And then our rajas. So I added about a tablespoon of the rajas. All right, so now we're just going to close it. Just like that. Okay, flip it over and start flattening it out. Okay, so just kind of like if you're making a tortilla, just flatten it out back and forth. And if that happens, just close it. All right, so once we had formed our gordita, we are ready to cook it. So now I'm going to grab a little bit of oil. Just grease my griddle like that and place my gordita. So we're going to cook it for 3 to 4 minutes each side. Okay, so after the 3 minutes, we're going to flip it over and cook that side for another 3 minutes. All right guys, so after 3 minutes, our gordita is fully cooked. So now I'm just going to cut it open. So like that, once we're ready to serve, they'll be all nicely opened. Okay, so just like that. So now I'm just going to set it to the side, and now repeat the process until we're done making all of our gorditas. Alright guys, so once your gorditas are done, you can serve them like this, or you can stuff them. Alright guys, so we're going to open our gordita, and because I had some leftover rajas, I'm going to stuff it with a little bit more. The other ones I added a little bit because, for the kids, but I'm going to add more. Okay, then we're going to add some lettuce, some tomatoes, some avocado, queso fresco, and sour cream. Just close it and enjoy. Alrighty guys, and now for the best part, the taste test. So ready. Seriously you guys, super delicious. The rajas, the queso, so good. And they're not spicy, so they're perfect. And like always, if you prefer to just stuff them with cheese and then add the rajas later, you can always do that, but the mixture is delicious. Alrighty guys, and there you have it on how I make some delicious gorditas de rajas con queso. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and if you recreate this recipe, please don't forget to tag me on any of my social medias. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no. Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. De la forma que tú besas, mami, más simétrica que un origami. Eres